Objection, Your Honor. Sounds like you're trying to subject me to your jurisdiction.
I'm not dealing with your gibberish, Mr. Hinman. If you're not Mr. Hinman, I'll issue a warrant for his arrest and the deputies in the
I'm
front.
a representative for him.
Nah, you're not. You are who you are. Do you want an attorney to represent you? You're gonna hire an attorney, or you want to talk with the DA to see if you can work something out? Come on up to the table so you're in front of the microphone.
Or is that in cause no crime?
Again, your options, if you want, you can apply for the public defender, you can hire an attorney, or you can see if you can work something out with the
Waive all my
DA.
rights. I don't want to waive my rights, sir. I
Okay.
wanted to talk with him.
Are you
but I
Joshua
waived my
Hinman?
rights.
Are you Joshua Hinman?
I'm the representative, Joshua
Okay.
Hinman. I am.
Warrant to issue for Joshua Hinman's arrest for his failure.
I am Joshua Hinman in the flesh, but I have to represent this because I know it's a proprietary. That's all I'm representing.
Warrant to issue for Mr. Hinman's arrest, bond set at $500, cash.
All right, I'm here.
48, yes.
I'm here, sir.
Okay. Now your options again.
You don't let me demur?
No,
Why?
your options again, I'm not getting into a debate with you.
I
Your
don't-
options are if you
I
want
respect you,
if
sir.
you-
I'm not trying.
if you want to apply for the public defender to represent you, you can do that on the case. You can hire an attorney, or you can negotiate with the DA to see if you can work something out.
I can't go to jail. I can't. It's impossible. I have to feed my family. I don't know what else to do. If I went to jail,
You're not going to jail today. Your
Well, it wouldn't
options,
matter anytime. I got my family.
your options are, if you want to apply for the public defender to have them represent you, you can.
But that makes me sign my rights away.
It does not. It gives you an attorney to advise you and represent you in the case.
Yeah, but then I'm seen as a child in the court and I can't say nothing.
No, that's not true. Do you want to apply for the public defender?
Well, I would rather represent myself.
Okay, and then you have that option, so the
But I'm not allowed to demur. On the record, I'm not allowed to demur.
I don't even know what that is. So your options are, if you want to represent yourself, you could talk with the DA to see if you can work something out on this traffic case, or I can set it for trial. Do you want to talk with the DA to see if you can work something out? It could be a plea agreement, Mr. Hinman, that results in no jail being
I don't mean to be
imposed.
disrespectful, sir. I'm not trying to. I appreciate you in the courts. I need you in the courts. I'm not the type of person they call sovereign where I don't want any of this to exist. I want my FBI, CA. I love all that stuff. I think that's awesome. I am not against any of this. I
Okay.
just victimless crimes. I haven't hurt anybody, and there's no injured party. So who am I trying to make whole?
I'm not debating with you.
I'm not asking you to debate. I'm
So the-
asking where's the victim, the crime to make, so I can make them whole.
Doesn't have to be a victim in the case.
Well,
So your
under
options
common law
again.
there does.
I'm not here under common law. I'm here based upon statutory violations on a summons and complaint that was served upon you to
Well, then-
answer the court's call.
Okay, well, what about the laws of creation? It goes God, man, government, and then the proprietorship. I'm man. I'm
Mr.
above. I
Hinman?
can't tell God
Mr.
what to
Hinman,
do.
Your options are,
I'm asking
if you
questions,
want
Your Honor.
to, if you want to,
I don't even know the subject matter jurisdiction. Is this a crime? What, I don't know. So I'm asking questions and you're getting mad at me
I'm
just
not
because I
getting
don't
mad
know.
at you. The options are that you, if you want to talk with the DA to work something out, you can.
Well, what is the
Or like
subject
said
matter
it-
jurisdiction so I know how to defend myself?
You're alleged to have been operating a motor vehicle on the highway and streets of the state of Colorado without a driver's license, without proof of insurance, and
But
having
I was
expired
private. I
plates.
don't have to show anything when you're private,
Yes, you do.
person. Why?
Yes, you do.
Well, that would make me worship you, and I can only worship God.
Okay. Mr. Hinman, do you want to have an attorney, or you want to talk with the DA to work something out?
So this is my only options on the record.
Or I could enter a not guilty
This is
plea
a
on your
court of
behalf.
record, right?
I can enter a not guilty plea on your behalf and set it for trial if you want to do that.
Is this a court of record?
It is.
Well, I'd like to move the court to notice of, USC 28-3002, subsection 2.
Do you want a
that
jury
this is a
trial or a
tax
trial
court.
to the court? Do you want a jury trial or a trial to the court?
This is a
Mr.
tax
Hinman?
court.
I'm setting your case for trial.
Is this not a tax court? Do you have a congressional approval to operate? Sir, I'm asking you a question.
I'm not dealing with
Do you have a congressional approval to operate? On the record, I'm not being answered.
You want a trial to the court or a jury
If you
trial?
answer if you answer if you have congressional approval to operate, I will.
We'll set it for a jury trial.
Well, I demur. I demur on the record. I'm
Great.
not letting him do anything for me. I demur.
Great.
No victim, no crime. Show me the law. Can I please see the law? Can you explain the law? Not policy, because only Congress creates law.
August 27th at 8:30.
Congress writes law only, and I'm only subjected to what Congress writes. And the Constitution allows me to ignore anything that there's no victim. And the state cannot be a victim because I am the state. I am the people. I am no person, I am no they, I am no them. I am only the people. And on the record, I will be seen only as the people. And if there's no victim, there's no crime. And I don't even have to show up to that court date. I am told I can ignore it. So I take none of this under his precaution, but I stand on demur. And if there's no victim, there's no crime.
We could do the oceans.
We gotta stand up for our rights. If not, we're gonna end up like Nigeria, like my wife's country, where you have to pay the police to come help you. And I fear this. I love my country too much to let it go to hell. Forgive me, Father. Forgive me, Father.
So,
Here's a copy of these court dates, Mr. Hinman.
Well,
My clerk will
does it
give me-
matter though, if they're unconstitutional? Sir, you swore an oath to the Constitution and you're completely usurping it. Can't answer that, can you?
I've given you your 5 minutes of fame,
Well,
Mr. Hinman. There's-
42-12-203,
there's your copy.
sir.
There's your copy.
USC 42-12-203.
You want to take your copy?
Why do I have to? It's pretty much useless.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
unconstitutional.
All right, you can leave my
You're
courtroom
acting
now.
unconstitutional.
You can leave my
What is your
courtroom
first
now.
name and last name?
It-
So
you
I can
leave-
seek remedy.
Sure. It's Bruce is my first name, common spelling. And then Ram is R-A-A-U-M.
Are you certified?
R-A-A-U-M. A-A, two A's, one U, M.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm not.
You want your copy of the paperwork?
But I'm just standing on my rights as the
Do you
people.
want your copy of the paperwork, Mr. Hinman?
Well, I'll need it for getting my remedy
Okay,
for the court ignoring my rights
okay.
and usurping me.
You can leave my courtroom now, Mr. Hinman.
My court, sir. I'm the people.
Leave.
Stand on your rights, people.
Judge, I'm ready to proceed.
Hey, did you talk to the people?
I wish not to speak to the prosecutor, ma'am. I don't want to be forced to.
I just need to, they need to know what's gonna happen today, what you're gonna ask for.
I don't want to, I just want to ask them, that I could be able to exercise my rights, and I don't want to waive any of my rights. I just want to continue the process.
Your Honor, he's currently represented by the Public Defender's Office.
Oh, what,
But I no longer wish those
What's his
services
name?
so much.
It's Mr. Marquez.
okay, are we ready to call it?
I can call it now.
Okay, give me 1 sec.
Can I ask though too, ma'am, that
Hold on 1 second, sir, hold on. Please stop talking. Give me a moment.
I appreciate
Okay.
it. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, what's the name?
Marquez, ma'am, Dominic. Last name Marquez, first name Dominic.
Number 28 on the docket.
28, okay. 26 CR 456, People versus Dominic Marquez.
Michelle Brady Hall for the people.
Dominic Marquez in person.
I can't, you need to be near a microphone.
Excuse me, Dominic Marquez in person from
Okay.
Pro Se.
Right now,
One
why
moment.
don't we have, you have counsel, so at this point,
Hold
hold on, sir.
I'd like to exercise my
Please.
right in representing myself at the moment, please,
I heard
for
you.
the record.
I'm gonna hear from your counsel first.
That
And
is no
then I'll
longer
give
my
you a chance
counsel,
to
ma'am.
speak.
I don't want to be forced
I'm
to
gonna.
under subjection that I don't agree with.
You can't stop interrupting me.
I
and
understand.
talking over me. You can have a seat and we'll call you at the end.
Is that like a, I don't want to be under duress or anything to exercise my rights, ma'am.
I need to know
Or-
whether you understood what I just said.
I do not, at this moment, I just want to proceed forward. I really don't understand your procedures, but I do understand, I really don't ever understand if this is a criminal matter or a civil matter in this. Or
Okay.
what, I was never fully advised, for the record,
Mr.
of my,
Marquez,
of the charges I'm being charged
let
with.
your counsel enter their appearance right now. I told you, I will hear from you when it's time.
She is no longer my counsel, but I'm willing to wait if I need to exercise my right.
We'll recall you, sir.
Thank you so much for
Towards
letting
the
me.
end of
Yeah.
docket. Are we ready to call Mr. Marquez?
I'm ready, madam. Been ready since 8:30 this morning.
All right, we're going to recall number 28 on the docket, 26 CR 456, People versus Dominic Marquez.
Michelle Brady Hall for the people.
Dominic Marquez, appearing in person as pro se.
And Keely Wallace also present.
Ms. Wallace, you are appointed counsel at this time, correct?
I am.
Okay. All right, Mr. Marquez, I'm going to say something to you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to lay some ground rules. I was hoping they'd be apparent earlier, but you kept interrupting me, okay? At this point in time, you have court-appointed counsel. I'm going to give counsel opportunity to make statements. When they're done, I will give you an opportunity to make statements. What you may not do is interrupt either myself or either of the counsels. Do you have any questions on that?
Yes, I do. Was that like an act of malfeasance making me wait all that time, even though I was scheduled to have court this
I
morning?
said,
ma'am?
did you have any questions?
Yeah,
on the
for
ground
you,
rules?
that was the only question I had.
Okay, that's not responsive to mine, so,
Okay. That's the only question I had, ma'am. You can proceed.
all right. Where are we from counsel's perspectives?
Your Honor, I did file an evidentiary motion regarding express consent. After conferring with Ms. Brady Hoff, it sounds like there was some witness unavailability for the hearing scheduled on Friday. We had discussed potential dates for rescheduling, but that's about as far as we got.
And that is correct, Your Honor. We sent subpoenas as soon as defense motions were received, and we did receive notification from Sergeant Botts that he is unavailable for that date. I have reached out to him and the other officer named in the motion. We do have their bad dates, and again, Ms. Wallace and I had been conferring on potential dates to reset within Speedy.
Okay. Mr. Marquez, it sounded like you want to address whether or not you want to continue with your court-appointed counsel. Is that accurate?
I'm exercising my right, my Fifth Amendment right, just to remain silent because I don't want to. I am under duress, for the record. I don't want to say anything that's gonna cause me to be held up or make this process go any longer. I was never formally advised of this. I never waived any right of my advisement or anything. And like I said, I still don't understand if this is a criminal case or if it's a civil matter. I'd just like to remain silent until I could get properly informed of these allegations that I'm presented with today in your courtroom.
Okay, anything further?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
And then just, I think I expressed for the record earlier, just my intentions that I do want to proceed and I don't want to waive any of my rights. I'm sure you're aware that I don't want to say anything else, ma'am. Those are my intentions. I'm pretty sure you're a very intelligent woman, but not any point of this did I. And I like how you put it. You gave me a lot of time to, see the process, and it's kind of quite sad, and I don't want to go on that, but I did not knowingly, I did not intelligently, I did not, and there's like no respect in here at all, this is a courtroom that's supposed to have honor, and dignity and integrity, and especially the rights of men that are presumed innocent in your courtroom, no disrespect to you, ma'am, but I did not waive those knowingly, intelligently, and there was a third one that you had put. Like I said, I'm under duress. I was not expecting to be punished for exercising my right as far as me choosing my counsel. I like how you asked all the other defendants in your courtroom after they had already pled guilty, which I never knew I had put in a plea. And if I did unknowingly, I would like to withdraw it. But you put it in a way that said, were you satisfied with your defense counsel? And I'm not satisfied whatsoever, and I don't want to disrespect her because I think she's a very bright. There's just some lack of communication, as she said. There is also, conflict with morals, values, and standards also, and like I said, I don't want to say anything else, ma'am. My intentions are to obtain counsel outside that, even if I gotta go sell a kidney to come up with some money or something, I think it's in my best. Like I said, I exercise my right in this matter, It seems that apparently I'm not wasting anybody's time, you guys have all the time in the world, and just thank you for not cutting me off and allow me to make my defense on the record, and my intentions are straightforward, and that's all I have to say, ma'am.
Okay, So, Mr. Marquez, you started out by saying that you wanted to exercise your right to remain silent, but then you said a lot. So
Yes, ma'am.
I need to make sure that I'm understanding what you said and how you want to proceed. So earlier, when you were speaking over me, you were making statements to the effect of that you wanted to address court-appointed counsel and continuing with court-appointed counsel. So then this time I asked you if that's what you wanted to do, and then I wasn't clear on what you want to do, because then you also followed up with perhaps intimating that you wanted to hire counsel and also indicating dissatisfaction with current counsel. So I need to know clearly from you, what, are you asking for something?
I would like I said, obtain alternative counsel. I don't want to keep going around in circles. I just, at this point, I know it's in my best interest. Like I said, I didn't go to law school, but I do have a brain between my ears to know right and wrong, and acts of good intentions and evil intentions, and I just want to exercise all my rights. It's not my intention. I do not knowingly waive any of my rights, in your courtroom, man. And I would just ask for the respect also, and I'm sure you will. You guys got cameras, and you can hear what's going on and what's being said. I'm not here to make a mockery of your courtroom, ma'am. I'm just here to, exercise my rights and prepare my defense. And, this is a pretty serious case, and I don't take it lightly, ma'am. And those are my intentions. I hope that that was sufficient enough to answer your question.
Okay. When you say that you want to pursue alternate counsel, are you saying that you want to pursue hiring private counsel, or are you asking the court to appoint alternate defense counsel as court-appointed counsel?
Yes, ma'am. The second option, my circumstances have really changed since this incident happened. I took a real big financial hit, so I'm pretty much homeless. I'm staying where I can stay, and I've been staying sober. Even though it's been a crazy, crazy road, and I'm just trying to just do the right thing, and those are my intents. If you could appoint alternative counsel, I don't know where I can come up with the money, but man, I believe in Jesus. I believe in a miracle God, and my God-given rights, and I just want to exercise those and do the right thing, and I'll find a way to come up. I'm not saying I can, I don't want to come back in your courtroom and waste your time when you do have a full courtroom like this. I know you guys are hungry. Bottoms are probably hurting from sitting all these hours. I really didn't know these proceedings last this long, and I do commend you for your your duties, ma'am. And those are my intentions. If you can, that would be a blessing, so we can move forward and not move around in circles in this matter.
So, sir, when you're on bond, you are entitled to court-appointed counsel, provided you are determined to be indigent and you qualify for court-appointed counsel. The Office of the Public Defender was appointed based on a determination that you qualify for court-appointed counsel. When that happens, the court appoints the Office of the Public Defender, who then assigns a particular attorney. I don't have control over the Office of the Public Defender's assignment, so who in that office gets assigned is not within my purview. If you are asking that I appoint someone outside of the Office of Public Defender, the only way that I can do that is if there is a finding of a legal or ethical conflict with the Office of Public Defender representing you. Are you asserting a legal or ethical conflict?
Definitely, as reflected on the record earlier when I spoke about the conflicts that we've experienced. And there was more than one.
Well, again, because we were talking over each other, I don't know what those conflicts you're asserting.
I can restate them.
I'm going to give you a chance now to tell me what you believe the conflicts are.
Yes, to begin with, there was a breakdown of communication. I was under the impression that I wasn't going to waive my rights. I didn't want to be bribed, or not, take a deal from the. And I don't want to disrespect your courtroom anyway. I just want to be straight and honest. I didn't want to take a deal in this matter. I wanted to prepare my defense, and I did want to exercise my right to speedy trial. The ethical, like I said, there was there was a conflict of just values, morals, and I just want to leave it like that. Like I said, no disrespect, and also standards that that we didn't see eye to eye on, you know. And out of due respect to Miss Wallace, I would like to leave it blunt as that, and just kind of move forward from there. But if you do need me to go into more detail, I'd would hesitantly do so.
You mentioned a breakdown in communication. Can you describe to me what that looks like?
Yes, ma'am. Since the beginning, ma'am. Emails. I was without a phone for a little while because, like I said, the situation kind of put me in a financial bind. Just trying to stay, you know, find a place to stay. It's taken a while for her to respond back, and when it's do respond back, it's very brief. And the very little communication that we do have, we don't see eye to eye. And I'm very respectful. I've never disrespected her. I've always kept my my thoughts and my feelings to myself and kept it very professional. Even she invited me to her office too, and I was always very respectful. The communication part is that. Even like last, she described also that she left messages and trying to get a hold of me, and I left messages too. I've left emails to her, and I've never recently, as far as the emails, the last communication that we had was a few weeks ago, and I knew that this was a deposition hearing, and I was requesting that she would just do more as far as preparing my defense, as far as filing certain motions. I mentioned more than one motion, and I know she has her own intentions and her own plan to a defense, but there was only one motion that was entered, and I don't think that's sufficient.
What motions do you think should be filed that weren't?
More than one, ma'am. You know, I understand her point of view, and I just and I don't want to go that. I don't want to. Like I said, I want to keep my responses short, and I just like I said, and
So other than the number of motions, were there additional motions that you believe should have been filed?
I don't go to law school, ma'am, you know, and I don't want to answer a loaded question, you know. That's why I do wish that you grant that I do obtain private counsel outside the defender's office, so I don't have to sit here and defend myself when I have the right, the God-given right to have counsel. And, you know, that's why they go to school. That's why they, and I'm sure that you're aware, ma'am. You're very experienced, ma'am, and one motion does not suffice. You know, it's especially in preparing and I don't even know if they're criminal. It's a criminal case. If it's a civil case, I really don't know what's going on, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But I am not a fool. I don't, you know, I have enough sense to know that this is not right.
The other conflict you asserted is you asserted a conflict in morals and values.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean by that?
Do I have to answer these questions, ma'am, for you to make your decision?
Yeah, I have to make a determination on if there is a conflict of interest.
Well, can't she answer that though? You know, why do I have to be questioned when I have the right to the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, and I'm being forced in your courtroom to wait hours to make this response when we could and I understand we could have cleared it up. This ain't right, ma'am. You know, and I just want that on the record. And like I said, I don't want to disrespect her. I wanted to keep it short, but can you have her answer those questions before I have to give up my right to remain silent for you to make your judgment?
I am going to give Ms. Wallace an opportunity to speak, but I'm trying to figure out what you're asserting the conflict is first. So this is your time to speak. You don't have to speak, but you're the one that's asserting the conflict.
Is this a criminal or a civil case, ma'am?
You've been charged criminally.
Criminally? Is this under common law?
Sir, would you like to make any additional?
I'm just trying to figure out, I've never been fully advised of these charges. I'm trying to figure out what jurisdiction that your courtroom has, ma'am, if it's under common law or the U.S. Constitution. U.S. Constitution grants you two jurisdictions under common law, or if there's also the a maritime law, and I want to know what this jurisdiction has, your courtroom has.
Is there any other record you want to make on the conflict?
None that's already been made, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Wallace.
And you never answered my question. I'm just trying to figure
I'm
out.
not going to answer your question right now. I'm trying to get through the conflict determination.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's what we're doing.
Would I be able to be advised and proceed forward with every, was this a disposition hearing that I was supposed to come today? I'll never know. You said.
I'm going to ask you to stop talking.
Yes, ma'am.
I asked you if there was any other record on the conflict. You said no. I'm going to finish this issue first.
Yes, ma'am. Would I be able?
To the extent that Mr. Marquez has raised issues regarding a conflict, I'm finding a waiver of attorney-client privilege related to the statements he's made. What's the issue with communication, or do you have a response regarding communications?
So there, as Mr. Marquez explained, he didn't have a cell phone for some time. So once we had the accurate phone number, we have corresponded via phone call and text. We have also had one office meeting where we've discussed discovery and trial strategy. Mr. Marquez is mentioning emails. I don't recall. He may have sent me emails. I don't recall off the top of my head
I could pull them up.
what they were or what the responses to them were, but I have attempted to reach him via phone call, and sometimes I reach him and other times I leave a voicemail, and that's the extent of our communication.
Okay. Are you able and willing to schedule and set up additional meetings?
Yes. Our last phone call was on July 2nd.
Is there anything further that you
Regarding,
wanna add?
regarding communication, no.
Without knowing what specifically the conflict he's asserting regarding morals and values, is there any record you would make on that?
No.
We'll stand.
Okay, Mr. Marquez, as I indicated, you have court-appointed counsel. The only way the court can withdraw the office of the public defender and appoint alternate defense counsel is if the court is able to make a finding that there's a legal or ethical conflict with the office of the public defender to continue to represent you. You've asserted two separate conflicts. One is a breakdown in communication. Based on the record before me, your statements and counsel's statements, I'm not finding there's a breakdown in communication. Ms. Wallace has indicated that there has been communication. There might be a dispute on whether some emails, whether she received them or not. She's able and willing to set up appointments with you to continue to prepare the case, go over discovery, whatever it is that you want to talk about, including asking questions or answering questions like, is this a criminal case, civil case, etc. That's what your attorney is there for.
I would like to proceed pro se.
Hold on. As to your second issue or asserted conflict, you say a conflict in morals and values.
I understand you've already made your decision, ma'am. I don't mean to interrupt you, but you don't have to waste your time anymore, ma'am.
We are going to pause your case again and recall it. Don't interrupt.
I'm not trying to, ma'am, but I understand your intentions and you've already made your decision based on how you started. And I just like to proceed pro se like my God-given right. I don't have to be forced to give in counsel from the public defender. I can defend myself.
Okay,
Jesus is my defender, ma'am.
Mr. Marquez, stop interrupting. I'm going to finish the record I'm making. As to the second conflict that you've asserted, the conflict in morals and values, you provided no additional information that would allow me to make any sort of conflict determination. Certainly to
Make that off the
determine.
record, ma'am. That suffices.
Mr. Marquez, if you interrupt me one more time, I will find you in direct contempt. One more time, this is your warning, I'll find you in direct contempt. Don't interrupt me. I gave you a chance to speak. I gave you all the time you wanted to speak. It is my turn. Court does not find that Mr. Marquez has articulated a legal or ethical conflict by a bare conclusory assertion that there's a conflict in morals and values. As to the waiver of rights, an assertion that he wants speedy trial. Speedy trial was set for December 7. I'm happy to set a hearing, a jury trial within speedy trial. As to the assertion as whether or not particular motions should be filed, again, that does not rise to the level of conflict. Which motions are filed are a strategy decision that is made by counsel. And there's no specific determination whether one motion is appropriate or 20 motions are appropriate. Those are decisions that counsel makes based on their ethical and professional rules. And they're the ones that make the determination on what motions are to be filed. You have not entered any other plea except not guilty. So you have reserved your right to a jury trial and to a speedy jury trial. So your motion for alternate defense counsel to be appointed is denied. Your options at this time, sir, are to proceed with counsel as appointed. If you want to go pro se, I need to give you an advisement on that. So we'll have to pass the matter again, and I'll prepare that advisement. You are then also, as a third option, able to hire private counsel outside of court-appointed or pro se proceedings. Do you understand the three options? You may answer. You don't understand? Did you say you don't understand? Okay. Which option don't you understand?
Understand how I'm forced to, I don't understand your ruling at all, ma'am, and I don't think that, I don't understand.
You don't understand my ruling, or you don't understand your options?
Option,
Which option is?
all of them, to be honest with you, I really don't know, ma'am. That's why I'm trying to find somebody that outside the public defender's office that actually has good intentions and has the, that's all I gotta say, ma'am. I exercise my right to remain silent from here on out.
Okay. Is there any further explanation you want me to give on your options? Yes or no? Okay, are you just going to remain silent for the remainder of the hearing? You're nodding your head yes. Okay, I'm going to have court-appointed counsel, Ms. Wallace, you'll continue as counsel of record. Based on the statements made previously, understanding the people have a request to continue the motions hearing date.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why don't we set the jury trial?
Are you denying the request to be pro se though?
Let's set the jury trial first. Speedy trial is January
It's already been set, hasn't it though, ma'am?
26, is that right? No, December 7.
December 7th is what I'm showing as well.
Do you agree, Ms. Wallace?
I do.
How many days for trial?
I think 2 or 3 days,
I agree.
maybe 3 just to be on the safe side, but likely 2.
Can I say one last thing, ma'am?
Hold on, sir.
Please.
Hold on, sir. You want to do November 3?
That works for the defense.
That works for the people.
Did you say 3 to be safe or 4?
3 to be safe.
3-day jury trial scheduled to begin November 3 at 8:30 in this courtroom. How many jurors do you think?
Just a standard panel.
50?
55 or 50.
50.
50 jurors will be requested. And then based on that, when do we want to try and reset motions hearing?
Up to you. Sure.
Your Honor, the parties conferred in advance, and if the court is able, we were looking at the 11th of September.
That works for you, Ms. Wallace?
It does.
Okay, Friday's hearing is vacated. I'll grant the people's request to continue the motions hearing date based on unavailability.
Ma'am, I don't consent to that,
Done,
ma'am.
sir. Mr. Marquez. hold on. Set for September 11 at 8:30 for motions hearing. Mr. Marquez, your bond is continued until all of those dates and times. I'm going to defer setting a pretrial conference until we resolve the motions.
There's only one
Before
motion from
I
my.
turn to Mr. Marquez again. Is there anything further by counsel?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
No, Your Honor.
Not from the defense, no.
Okay. Mr. Marquez, is there something you wanted to address?
Yes, ma'am. When you gave me those three options, I already chose and elected my right to remain pro se thus far, and the record could reflect that response before you even talked about. As a matter of fact, I entered your courtroom demanding that I exercise my right as pro se. What's being done is an injustice, ma'am, and it's quite you know what's being done, and the record shows that, ma'am. You know, and I don't understand about you. You know, you're such an intelligent woman. You're forcing me to give up my rights, and I don't do that, man. When I first entered this courtroom, I told you I elect to be pro se before you ever gave me any options, and then threatened me to be in contempt of court, ma'am. I've been the most respectful person. I sat there, waited 6 hours, and just for me to just give you those two lines that I exercised my right to be pro se when I first entered your bench this morning at 10:30 this morning as a reflector. And then just one other thing, ma'am. Like and I know you're a judge, you know, and I really hope that you do the right thing in this matter. And yeah, you know, yeah, because you know, there is a commission that you know everybody's held accountable. You know, not just by people that are higher up, but God Himself. You know, and those are the God-given rights that I exercise, ma'am. You have the Constitution right behind you, ma'am, and you made an oath. Everybody in this courtroom has made an oath to uphold that declaration, ma'am, and it's not being upheld. And that's all I have to say. God bless you, and this is not right.
Okay, sir, you have your next court dates. I'm going to say this. You don't get to come into court and interrupt and start yelling demands from the back of the courtroom. That's what you did this morning. When we tried to call your case, you would not stop interrupting. That's why we paused it, because I had a very large docket and I needed to get through some other matters. I only threatened you with contempt of court this last time because you again kept interrupting me, even though I had advised you several times to stop doing that. I've set all of your court dates. If you want to think about whether or not you want to proceed pro se or in some other fashion, I want you to think about that. But when I tried to make that determination here this afternoon, you indicated that you didn't understand your options. You indicated that you weren't going to answer any questions. You closed your mouth and would not respond except by nodding. So if you want to think about how you want to proceed, you can do that. You can always ask to add on early. If you want to address a particular issue, your counsel can tell you how to add on early or do that for you. But at this time, based on the record before me today and your failure and unwillingness to answer questions regarding how you want to proceed, we're going to continue with counsel unless another matter is re-raised. Anything further?
Not from the people.
Okay, you have your court dates.
All right, man. You got everybody knows this. You guys do that all day. Nobody wants to say nothing either. You guys want to laugh about it. That's not cool at all. God bless everybody, man. You know, pray in Jesus' mighty name over all your guys' lives, man. You know, we all have to go to bed and sleep at night. God bless you, and you too, sir. Man, God bless you too, man. You want to laugh about it? God bless you, man. You guys have a wonderful afternoon. Have a good lunch. God bless you.